This is Mindfulness with Richard. I focus on mindfulness meditation. Listen, reflect, and deeply meditate. Today, let's talk about mindfulness meditation and how it aligns with the famous saying, "What are we going to do today, Buddha?" To which Buddha responded, "Same as we do every day, plan to take over ourselves." So mindfulness meditation is about cultivating awareness and presence in the present moment. It's not about conquering or controlling external circumstances, but rather taking charge of our own inner world. In this practice, we aim to become the Buddha of our own lives by mastering our thoughts, emotions, and reactions. The quote highlights the idea that each day we have the opportunity to be the master of our own minds. So, what does the quote teach us about mindfulness meditation and the journey of self awareness? First is daily commitment. The quote emphasizes the importance of making mindfulness a daily practice. Just like any other skill, becoming the Buddha of our own lives requires consistent effort. It's not a one-time event, but an ongoing commitment to self-awareness. Self-mastery. The term Buddha symbolizes enlightenment and self-mastery. In the context of mindfulness, it means gaining control over thoughts and emotions. We don't seek to control external events, but we strive to master our own inner world. Through mindfulness, we learn to respond to life's challenges with clarity and wisdom. The present moment. Plan to take over ourselves suggests that our primary battleground is the present moment. Mindfulness is about being fully present here and now, rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. It is in the present moment that we have the power to make conscious choices and to shape our reality. Mindfulness teaches us to observe our thoughts without judgment. We become witnesses to our own mental processes. This non-judgmental awareness allows us to see our thought patterns, biases, and habits more clearly, enabling us to make conscious changes if needed. By acknowledging that we can plan our responses to life's challenges, we recognize that we have a choice in how we react. Mindfulness doesn't mean suppressing emotions, but understanding them better and responding consciously rather than reacting impulsively. The quote instills a sense of empowerment. It reminds us we are not victims of our own thoughts or circumstances. We have the capacity to influence our own mind and in turn our experiences. This empowerment can lead to a greater sense of autonomy and well being. Ultimately, the quote encourages us to adopt a mindful way of living. It's about approaching each day with intention, awareness, and a commitment to self improvement and growth. As we practice mindfulness consistently, it becomes an integral part of our lives, shaping our choices and actions. In summary, the quote underscores the transformative potential of mindfulness meditation. It invites us to be the Buddha of our own existence by cultivating self awareness, mastering our inner world, and approaching life with intention and presence. Through mindfulness, we embark on a journey of self discovery and personal growth, ultimately leading to a more fulfilled and balanced life. So, here's a guided meditation to aid you in directly experiencing this. Take a few deep breaths to center yourself. Inhale deeply through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Let go of any tensions or distractions. Just be in the moment following your breath. Now bring your full attention to your breath. Notice the sensation of the breath as it enters and leaves your body. Be fully present with each breath, allowing it to anchor you in the present moment. As you continue to breathe, become aware of your thoughts. Notice the thoughts that arise without judgment. Imagine them as clouds passing by in the sky of your mind. With each thought, remind yourself that you have the power to choose how you respond. You are the Buddha of your thoughts, capable of directing your focus and attention. Whenever you find your mind wandering or getting caught up in thoughts, gently bring it back to your breath. Use your breath as a tool to regain control over your mental landscape. Embrace the idea that just like the Buddha in the quote, you have the ability to plan and take charge of your inner world. You can choose to let go of unhelpful thoughts and cultivate positive ones. Allow yourself to fully experience the power of mindfulness in taking charge of your own mind. And remember, mindfulness meditation is a daily practice. The more you engage with it, the better you become at directing your thoughts and emotions. Over time, you'll find that you can truly take over yourself, becoming the master of your own inner world and leading to a more balanced and mindful life. So may you be happy. May you be healthy. May you live with ease. And may your life be filled with wisdom, understanding, and profound inner peace. So, how was your meditation last week, Barley?
Just fine. Not as deep as I would like, but I get into it a little bit every day.
That's good.
Mhm.
So, it's getting to be a daily routine. You do it at the same time and place?
No, I've been sleeping so crummy lately that I instantly want coffee to get out of my grogginess, and then so that
Right.
defeats my plan to meditate with tea. But I'll get back to it. It's just probably a
Uh huh.
some.
Certainly, that's one of the problems with meditating first thing in the morning is if you have a crappy night's sleep, you don't
Mm,
have the kind of mental energy to uh, be quiet. It's funny that being quiet takes a kind of mental energy.
yeah.
It does.
Well, maybe this is my new sleep pattern, and maybe I'll just get used to it, and then I'll think differently. Because,
Uh-huh. I think
but I'm just
whatever
not
it is,
sleeping as long as I used to.
uh-huh. Whatever it is, if you can figure out how to just accept the present moment,
Hmm. Yes, I think so.
that's the key. It's a
Hmm.
big deal though, because our mind wants all this stuff.
Yeah, yeah, that's.
Hmm. How about you, Joyce? How's your meditation been? It's a little troublesome since you're traveling and having hurricanes and
It was hard the days that our guests were here because they kind of fill up all of your time. But when we were in Chapala while they were in Mexico City, and then when they weren't here, I actually had some very helpful meditation. I had a class with a group of women Monday night, and this one woman said, talking about, being grateful for unpleasantness. And I was
uh-huh.
able to meditate on that before the hurricane.
Well,
That
that's
helped a lot.
good.
But
Well,
You said grateful for
unpleasantness. She said to be grateful
unpleasantness.
and welcome it
Okay.
in, because especially as we all get older, as you noted, we sleep less, we have more pains, other things happen, hurricanes, and to just, sit there and practice, being grateful for this unpleasantness, that you can feel it, you can experience it, and you are alive in it, is really helpful. It's very
Now,
helpful.
another thing with unpleasantness that I've found is that, I go along and my days are pretty peaceful. So there's not much that comes up in terms of stressful thoughts or internal dialogue that I have to deal with. But let some unpleasantness show up, and then things that are might be there anyway that I just never notice because things are good, that stuff shows up. There's an expression in Silicon Valley that when the tide goes out, the rocks show up. So it's kind of like that.
That's perfect. I love that.
And otherwise, I never notice the rocks. I'm just happy. Okay. Anyway, for me, I don't talk much about my meditation practice. It still goes on and it seems good. And I meditate every morning for about half an hour after I get back from my walk. And then in the afternoon, many of the afternoons, Carol and I meditate together, sometimes with our friend Evelyn. So for me, a normal good day has got a couple of times of meditation. I've tried at different times meditating up to 2 or 3 hours a day, and I didn't find that it got me that much more happiness than meditating like I do now. I did find at that time, though, is after I started to meditate an hour a day, I just had this surge in my level of creativity that started then and really just hasn't let up. So, anyway, I like that. So, let us then uh, meditate for ourselves right now. And mindfulness is present moment awareness, paying attention on purpose in the present moment, non judgmentally, fully receive whatever is experienced, then let it go. All right. And now we have a video, Buddha's last message.
When the Buddha had remained as long as he wished at Ambapali's grove, he went to Beluva, near Vesali. There the Blessed One addressed the brethren and said, "Mendicants, take up your abode for the rainy season round about Vesali, each one according to the place where his friends and near companions may live. I shall enter on the rainy season here at Beluva." When Buddha had thus entered on the rainy season, there fell on him a dire sickness, and sharp pains came on him even to death. But the Blessed One, mindful and self-possessed, bore his ailments without complaint. Then this thought occurred to the Buddha: it would not be right for me to pass away from life without addressing the disciples, without taking leave of the order. Let me now, by a strong effort of the will, subdue this sickness and keep my hold on life until my time has come. And Buddha, by a strong effort of the will, subdued the sickness and kept his hold on life until his time should come, and the sickness abated. Thus Buddha began to recover, and when he had quite got rid of the sickness, he went out from the monastery and sat down on a seat spread out in the open air. And his beloved Ananda, accompanied by many other disciples, approached where the Blessed One was, saluted him, and taking a seat respectfully on one side, said, "I have beheld, Lord, how the Blessed One was in health, and I have beheld how the Blessed One had to suffer. And though at the sight of the sickness of the Blessed One, my body became weak as a creeper, and the horizon became dim to me, and my faculties were no longer clear, yet notwithstanding, I took some little comfort from the thought that the Blessed One would not pass away from existence, till at last he had left instructions as touching the order." Buddha addressed Ananda in behalf of the order, saying, "What, then, Ananda, does the order expect of me? I have preached the truth, without making any distinction between doctrine hidden or revealed. For in respect of the truth, Ananda, the Tathagata has no such thing as the closed fist of a teacher who keeps some things back. Surely, Ananda, should there be anyone who harbor the thought, 'It is I who will lead the brotherhood,' or 'The order is dependent on me,' he should lay down instructions in any matter concerning the order. Now the Tathagata, Ananda, thinks not that it is he who should lead the brotherhood, or that the order is dependent on him. Why then should the Tathagata leave instructions in any matter concerning the order? I am now grown old, Ananda, and full of years. My journey is drawing to its close. I have reached the sum of my days. I am turning 80 years of age. Just as a worn-out cart cannot be made to move along without much difficulty, so the body of the Tathagata can only be kept going with much additional care. It is only when the Tathagata, Ananda, ceasing to attend to any outward thing, becomes plunged in that devout meditation of heart, which is concerned with no bodily object. It is only then that the body of the Tathagata is at ease. Therefore, Ananda, be you lamps to yourselves, rely on yourselves, and do not rely on external help. Hold fast to the truth as a lamp. Seek salvation alone in the truth. Look not for assistance to anyone besides yourselves. And how, Ananda, can a brother be a lamp to himself, rely on himself only, and not on any external help, holding fast to the truth, as his lamp and seeking salvation in the truth alone, looking not for assistance to anyone besides himself. Herein, Ananda, let a brother, as he dwells in the body, so regard the body that he, being strenuous, thoughtful, and mindful, may, while in the world, overcome the grief which arises from the body's cravings. While subject to sensations, let him continue so to regard the sensations that he, being strenuous, thoughtful, and mindful, may, while in the world, overcome the grief which arises from the sensations. And so also when he thinks or reasons or feels, let him so regard his thoughts that being strenuous, thoughtful, and mindful, he may, while in the world, overcome the grief which arises from the craving due to ideas or to reasoning or to feeling. Those who, either now or after I am dead, shall be lamps to themselves, relying on themselves only, and not relying on any external help, but holding fast to the truth as their lamp, and seeking their salvation in the truth alone, and shall not look for assistance to anyone besides themselves. It is they, Ananda, among my bhikkhus, who shall reach the very topmost height. But they must be anxious to learn. You see, in life, in your life, when in doubt, listen to your heart, listen to your gut feeling. You must be the rock standing in the ocean. If you have no one to hang on to, be your own rock, be your own savior. That is the only way that the Buddha reached enlightenment. He was dependent on himself and his thoughts and his ideas about life. This is the final message that the Buddha left for us. To find enlightenment, look inward, and inward only. Rely on yourself and not on the outer. You can know this secret, but you have to truly understand this secret. With all of your being, with all of your atoms combined in your body, to truly become enlightened. This is Dare to Do Motivation, Stories. Thanks for watching, and stay blessed.
All right, and now we'll have some more meditation. Take in everything presented by your senses. Be present here and now, and just notice the feel of your breath coming in and going out. All right. And let's have our chant. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Peace, peace, peace. All right. Now, one of the things that the Buddha said in this last talk that was recorded was, you have to do it for yourself. And at other times he told his disciples to go out and basically find a tree by yourself and sit down by that tree and meditate. And so whatever it is that is happening in meditation, the heart of it is an internal process. And, in the other kind of meditation I do, that their viewpoint is that the thing that ties us into all the trouble we have, the thing that leads us into suffering, the thing that leads us into pain, are really our internal habits and conditionings, because we all want to be happy, and those habits and conditionings are ways we think we've gotten happiness sometime from the external world. And so the process of enlightenment, of self-realization, is dissolving those habits. And the real way you dissolve them is to look at them closely and say, is this how I get lasting happiness? Lasting happiness is there. You look for it and find it within yourself. And when you truly find it for yourself, then all those external things that you think make you happy, that make you happy for a moment, then start to become less significant, because within you, if you just get quiet, there's this happiness that is always there. It doesn't go up and down as your mind goes up and down. So they see the process of self-realization is basically cleaning yourself of those habits. Those habits are what stand between yourself and you're really being able to see yourself directly, truly as you are. And that's why the Buddha said you have to do this by yourself. Because that very much is an internal process. We all have our own version of these habits that we've been working on for all our life. So breaking through them is not an easy or simple task.
But I think we spent a lot of time thinking external things would bring us happiness.
Right. It's happiness is somewhere outside.
Yeah,
And
I still like some external stuff, but
And whatever it is outside, it is temporary. It comes and goes. To me, part of the evidence for that is the universe is temporary.
Can be extinct.
So
Yeah.
anyway, so the Buddha says this is something that we have to do for ourselves. And the most that the Buddha said this after spending his whole life as a teacher. And he was saying, in saying that I can't do it for you guys. You have to do it for yourself. I think the role of the teacher is maybe the guy pointing the way. He's already been down this river, and he says, if you go around that corner of the river, there's something really nice there for you to find. So, and I think it's interesting that for us getting together so we could have some time to meditate by ourselves together is actually a good thing. But what is going on is internal.
There is something positive about the presence of others. So it's encouragement or something.
Yes, absolutely. But you have to dive in yourself. Okay. Well, enjoy yourself. Have good meditation. We'll see you next week. Namaste.
Namaste.
And adios. You want deeper meditation, more peace, more happiness. Subscribe now to continue to find ways to get more from your meditation.